Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Hurricane Pro. We've got bikini, figure, as well as Masters Bikini and Masters Figure results. Very exciting. Everyone looked amazing. And in terms of next year's Olympia, of course, last year's top three just from last weekend are automatically qualified. And then the winner of every open division contest within the qualification period is also automatically qualified. Now, this is only for the open, not the masters. They have their own Olympia and their own rules for qualifying for it. So just our open division girls. So let's begin with Bikini Open. In first place, Adair. Second, Karine. Third, Ivy. Fourth, Brittany. And fifth, Gina. And when you look closer, it was really tight between third and fourth place. Only 1 point difference between them. So here's Gina in fifth. I just love her look. I love the dark hair, the dark suit, the tattoos, the tan, like just everything about her looks so cool. She's got great conditioning. I love the detail in her abs. Her obliques are really sharp, the groove in her hip, the detail in her quad. She's just so good. I love her shape. I love her hamstrings. I think she's got a really nice glute, though a tiny bit more roundness right in here would be awesome if she could somehow do that. Like she's got this bit of a line coming down the side of her glute. If she could just get that to be a bit more rounded and fill that space, I think that would be really awesome. She's got a really amazing overall silhouette. I think the delts have a great curve that balances nicely with the glutes, and just top to bottom, she's so good. The only other thing I would maybe change would be to not have the wrist facing the front. I would probably just relax that a little bit more, have the wrist towards the side rather than towards the front. So just to shift the elbow, so long as it doesn't affect the shoulder too much, because I think her shoulder looks really awesome. Overall, I think she's just amazing. Okay, next in fourth is Brittany, and my gosh, does Brittany ever have a crazy silhouette? Her glutes are so wide and come out so far from her back. Like the curve in her back is really substantial. You definitely notice that S shape, but also what I think is quite incredible is she does a really good job of making sure that the delt and the glute are really lined up. So it's a perfect hourglass. It's a really good balance between top and bottom. Conditioning wise, I think she's got a really nice line coming down her leg. I like the oblique, but I wish there was just a little bit more like six pack, a little bit more detail into the middle of her stomach. And I find the bottom of her legs to be like super lean, vascular, and then there's more smoothness into the upper part of the leg. So if she could somehow maintain that smoothness all the way throughout, maybe even with the tan, I don't know, if there's just a way to have a bit more of that full, beautiful curvy look going all the way down to her ankles. I love the red suit. I love the red lip. I think her hair looks really beautiful in this color. So blonde, so bright. Great tan, gorgeous curves. But what an incredible shape. That tiny waistline with those huge, well-developed glutes looks so good. All right, next and third is Ivy. Now she looks stunning. The fullness in her muscles and the softness in her skin is just all the way throughout her body. Her hamstrings look full, her quads have a nice sweep, her glutes are perfectly rounded. I love the curve to the back of the leg, this bit of a groove here, and all of the gloss highlights it so well. It's a really pretty just look on her physique. Her obliques are really chiseled. The abs have nice definition, exactly what I love to see. The flatness, the smoothness, and then a bit of lines to show off that detail. She's got a nice amount of fullness into the lats, beautiful curve into the delts. Just overall, like a great shape. The suit is so pretty. Her makeup matches perfectly. Her makeup is just pretty. Her hair is pretty. Everything about her is so feminine and just so beautiful. I love all the jewelry. She's got lots of bling, lots of bracelets, lots of earring. It's just gorgeous. I don't even really have anything critical to say. I think she's got a great overall physique, beautiful fullness. Maybe this arm could be a little bit less outwards if it could just kind of fall a bit more towards her glute. Obviously not covering the glute, but just to not draw my eyes so far out and to rather be a bit more compact in the posing. But that's it. I think she just looks gorgeous. All right, next in second is Kareen, and she looks amazing. What really strikes me is that S shape. I think she's got really good curve to the delt that looks beautiful with the fullness and curve into the lat. Then she has a really nice small waistline, beautiful definition in the oblique in particular, and then a great curve into the glute. It's just a great balanced shape, and your eye really draws along her silhouette beautifully. I think she has nice fullness into the quads. That back leg looks awesome. Really good height and roundness. Just the right amount of definition coming through in the quads themselves. That line down by the kneecap looks awesome. That little bit of detail in the back leg. Her abs are flat with some lines into the six pack. The shoulders look perfect, nice roundness. And then her style is really pretty. Again, another athlete with super pretty hair, super pretty makeup, beautiful suit color that just pops against her skin. I think her posing looks awesome. She's gorgeous. Maybe she could have a little bit more curve into the hamstrings, a tiny bit, but otherwise I think like she really nails the look. She's got that perfect silhouette of that beautiful bikini shape. So I think she's gorgeous. And now in first place is Adair. Oh my gosh, the glutes on Adair are crazy. So much size, so much width. They just come so far off from her body. It's crazy. Amazing size, beautiful definition, the groove on her hip, the line down the quad. So much detail. Great obliques, nice flat midsection with some good definition coming through on the abs themselves, nice roundness into the lat, and beautiful delts as well. Like just everything looks gorgeous. I'd love if the arm wasn't so far out to the side. Like I don't think they want that bent arm look, but she might have not been quite in the pose in this photo yet. You definitely want to have more of a straight arm. However, I do recognize that Adair has such a wide glute that it would be quite difficult to have the arm straight and not obstruct it with the arm. Like you don't want the arm to cover the glute, but you also don't want the arm to be too much of a bend. She doesn't have as much of that width in the shoulders so that the arm falls all the way to the side. So definitely it's a crazy balance. She's going to have to really twist to make sure that she can get that arm beautiful and flowy without blocking the glute. But she's got amazing definition, amazing size, beautiful style, the pink eyeshadow, the lips look gorgeous, beautiful white teeth, great smile, lovely hair, and the suit is such a pretty color, like almost a periwinkle blue. It's not the sapphire, it's not a baby blue, it's not a purple, but it's just this gorgeous combo of all of those colors. So absolutely stunning. What a great win for her. All right, so looking at the side-by-sides, this is crazy. Adair's glutes really stand out. There's so much size, so much width. I also notice Brittany's glutes, extremely well developed. To me, Brittany has a little bit more balance between the upper body and the lower body in the sense that the delts line up a bit more with the glutes themselves, whereas Adair's upper body is more narrow compared to that width in the lower body. But I think Adair's conditioning looks just gorgeous. The line coming down her quad, her ab detail, and really, really triangular in her upper body. Her torso looks super well developed. The lat, the delts, it's that great shape. I don't think Brittany has quite as much of that real density in the upper body like you see on Adair. Ivy, beautiful abs. Again, I love this groove in her hip. Really nice hamstrings. Kareen, I'm loving the quads. She's got a great quad sweep. And Gina, amazing midsection. I love the detail in her abs. I love that definition in her back leg. But she does have a little bit more detail than the others. I think there's a bit more softness when you look, for example, at Ivy beside her, and smoothness into the skin. So she will have to be careful not to be too conditioned. But what an amazing lineup. And then in the back pose, everybody looks gorgeous. I'm loving the size of the glutes on Adair. Again, I keep talking about her glutes. They really are something else. A great curve into the top part of the glute. I think she's got nice fullness in the widest part and beautiful detail coming down into the glute ham tie-ins. I think Ivy also has really nice definition, like the whole glute is practically outlined. Good detail coming down into the back of her hamstrings. Gina, extremely clear tie-ins, maybe not as much fullness into that rounded shape like you're seeing on Ivy beside her. Brittany, beautiful size, but I think a bit more definition down into the legs, a little bit sharper into the tie-in detail, I think would be great. And Kareen, I'm loving the sweep of her quads. I think her waist looks really nice and narrow. Beautiful V shape into her upper body. Just gorgeous. As far as hair is concerned, I think Brittany's hair was a little funny here. I would have just made it one length. And Ivy, I feel like, is almost has too much width. I would have a little bit more narrow, like you're seeing on Adair and Kareen. Great shape, but it's just blocking the delts a little bit too much for my liking. Overall, really amazing. So of course, that puts Adair on the list for the 2025 Olympia. Now looking at our masters, we had Glynis come in first place in 40 plus and 50 plus, and then Stephanie took the win in 55 plus and Janet in 60 plus. So here's Glynis for our 40 plus and 50 plus win. So beautiful. What a great achievement. She's got amazing hamstrings. You notice them not only popping in her front pose, but gosh, they really pop in the back pose. Unreal. I think she's got great size in the legs, a really nice curve in the glute, a nice small midsection, great oblique definition. I wouldn't mind if the tie-ins were a little bit more defined. I know she's got these amazing hamstrings, but a little bit more sharpness just into the side of the glutes here. And maybe even the quads could have a bit more roundness. I love the hamstrings, but I think a little bit more of the curve under the top of the leg would be amazing. But overall, beautiful, great suit, love the blonde hair. Perhaps it could have been a little bit longer. I love the shape, but I think it could have gone a little closer to the strap just to really draw your eye to that V shape of the upper body rather than having the V shape more just in the top. Overall, really amazing. All right, next in 55 plus, our first place winner is Stephanie. Love the yellow suit. I love her hair. She's so pretty. She's got beautiful skin, great tone, great smoothness, beautiful tan. I think she's got a nice degree of conditioning in this back leg here. You're seeing that bit of detail by the kneecap. I wouldn't mind though if there was a bit sharper of a groove coming down the side of the hip, if the line down the quad was a bit more clear to see. Even I think in the back, the tie-ins could be a little bit sharper, but overall her silhouette is beautiful. Nice small waistline, nice width in the shoulders. I think she poses really well to let you see that S curve. Perhaps a little more height into the glute here would be great, just that bit higher of a curve, but she's got a really impressive curve at the bottom where the glute and the hamstring come together. And I think overall, she's got such a bright overall look. Her smile, the suit, the hair, everything looks just, you're drawn to her, and I think she looks beautiful. All right, now in first place is Janet in the 60 plus masters. Amazing. Now, I don't think she was quite in her pose here, obviously, but it was the best picture I could find to show you her beautiful physique, the legs, a great sweep in her quad. Looks awesome in the front, but really nice in the back too. She's got some good hamstring, nice definition here, nice roundness into the glutes in the back pose, but I do think she could have been a little bit more conditioned to have more of that triangular shape coming down down into the tie-ins where the glutes and the hamstrings come together. Maybe a little bit more flatness into the midsection, a bit more height into the glute here would be awesome too. She's got such great roundness in the back pose, but I'd love to see it a little bit more full in the front pose. But I love the green suit with her hair. She's got nice fullness, love all the curls, beautiful overall look, and it's quite an achievement, 60 plus, amazing. All right, moving on to women's figure. Here's our open division. In first place, Jessica, second, Maria, third, Edith, fourth, Maud, and fifth, Andrea, with very even scoring throughout. So here's Andrea in fifth. My gosh, what a V-taper. Great lats, beautiful delts, so much width to the delts. She's got great legs as well, lots of beautiful definition into the quads, nice quad sweep, nice width into the inside of her legs. I think her suit is beautiful. It really pops against her skin, and the design definitely draws your eye outwards towards her delts and her lats. I love it. I think she's got a really nice overall physique, silhouette, just a really great shape. You see that X really clearly. I'm not crazy about how high her hands are. Perhaps she wasn't quite in the pose here, but I think she could kind of relax the curve a little bit more and let us see the height into the delts even more. I would be really careful too about the hair. Just make sure it's really off of the shoulders and give us that great view of these amazing delts. But I think overall she looks really awesome. Beautiful overall silhouette. All right, next and fourth is Maud, and my goodness, her midsection is so tiny. Her suit is so incredibly flattering to that tininess. I love how high the straps come. It just makes it look like her V is so tight into the bottom and wide into the top. It's awesome. Great definition in her abs, beautiful fullness and width into the shoulders. I think she's got just a stunning look. She has really big legs. You notice in the lineup, her quads are super round, super full, very dominant. And so I'd be very careful not to get too much more size into the legs. You want to maintain that nice balanced shape. I think she could even have a tiny bit more lat to really fill in the space right in there and really balanced with those curvy, huge legs. But I'm loving the definition. I think she's got great outlining of the quads without it being too striated or too lean looking. It's just this perfect balance of fullness and outlined definition. So I think she looks awesome. The suit is super pretty. Her makeup is pretty. Her hair looks nice. Everything looks gorgeous. All right, next and third is Edith. My gosh, this is substantial muscle. She is so wide in her upper body. The delts just go forever. So much width in that triangle at the top and really comes down beautifully. Your eye follows the delts and the lats right down her suit. It looks just awesome. I love the suit also. I think the colors are beautiful. I think the design, again, draws your eye from the middle outwards and upwards. Her definition is crazy good, really 3D and full in these quad muscles, and a great sweep. You know what? This is probably a silly thing to comment on. I find her earrings are beautiful, but they go just a little bit too low. Like they're almost covering her traps. So I would just, do an earring that's a little bit shorter so that nothing is blocking the top of her body. In this photo, I find that she's kind of losing some of the height in the roundness of the very top of her delts. Like there's almost a straight line happening here, but I don't notice that so much in the lineup photo. So perhaps it's just a posing thing or it's just the photo that I chose, but I definitely want to see that like 3D height really coming up on the delts in this front pose. And maybe that's something with the placement of the elbows and the arms to really make those shoulders pop. But I think her conditioning looks beautiful. I love that her hair is up and off of her delts. You get a great look at her upper body. Her tan is nice and dark. She's got great ab definition. I love all the gloss and the sheen. She's just super impressive. So much width in this upper body. All right, now here's Maria in second place. Oh my gosh, is she ever pretty? Beautiful pink lips and the pink eyeshadow matches so beautifully to her suit. The suit is perfect. The light coming into a darker on the outside really draws your eyes from the middle outwards. Her shoulders, though, to me are just gorgeous. I love that height. Really, they come off high from her body. A great overall shape in the upper body. Beautiful V taper. Great width, great density, great size in those lats. Nice flat midsection with lots of detail in the abs and a great amount of size into the legs. I think she's got really good balance between the size of the delts and then the curve and size of the quad sweep. The only thing that I really notice is her hands are quite at different levels. This hand is a lot higher than this one, but it's not really affecting the shape of the shoulder. So in terms of symmetry, I would definitely want to make sure that those are the same, just so that your eye isn't drawn more to one than the other, but it's not really affecting anything too greatly. Overall, I think she looks really beautiful, great size. I love the sheen. I think her quads really shine and she looks amazing. But now in first place is Jessica. My gosh. Everything about Jessica is jaw-dropping. Her shoulders, the height, the roundness, the way that they really come up off of her collarbone, the amount of detail that she has into her biceps, the curve to the lat, the tininess of her waist. Nobody even comes close to her waistline. So narrow. Great definition in the abs. I really love the definition in Jessica's legs in particular. I think she's got the perfect balance between being super full and round and bursting at the seams in the quads, and yet she's not overly striated or lean looking. It's just beautiful detail, outlines, definition all the way up her hip, and yet the muscles still look really pumped and full. So I think she's just gorgeous. I love the suit color. I think her hair looks beautiful. Her makeup, her face looks bright and open. Beautiful smile. Great posing. She's just amazing. All right, now in the lineup, here's where I think Jessica just stands out. Her waistline is so tiny. The only one who really comes close to the waistline is Maud. She also has a very nice trim, narrow waist, but I think Jessica has the most amazing shape into the delts and beautiful degree of conditioning into the legs. I don't think Maud has quite as much detail all the way up, and she also has a lot more size and roundness into the quad sweep, whereas Jessica to me looks a little bit more streamlined and really quite beautifully balanced. Great detail coming through on Maria. Those quads are so lean, so outlined. Edith, crazy quad sweeps. I think her shoulders look really fabulous in this photo here. Really nice overall outlining of them too. Andrea, gorgeous V taper, nice overall shape. I think she's got great abs, but all eyes to me are on Jessica. And then in the back pose, Jessica, I think, nails this one too. She's got a super tiny waist and really curvy glutes, especially at the top here. When I look at Maria beside her, she's also extremely built and developed in the upper body. Her waistline is not as narrow as Jessica, and she doesn't quite have as much of that rounded shape in the glutes like you're seeing on Jessica. I also feel like Maria has more detail down the back of her hamstrings, whereas Jessica's a little bit more smooth into the back of the leg. Everybody looks beautiful. Andrea, crazy lean in the glutes. She's got some striations. Edith, incredibly detailed tie-ins, really clear. I think Maud, the top of her back here looks amazing. Really nice fullness into the glutes, but perhaps she could have had a little bit more detail into the back of the legs. But again, I think all eyes are on Jessica, and it was a fabulous win for her. And of course, Jessica was already qualified for Olympia. Now, looking at our Masters figure, Jessica took it in 40 plus. Then we had Magali in 50 plus, Kayoko in 55 plus, and Linda in 60 plus. So, of course, we've already seen Jessica and her amazing physique. Absolutely beautiful. Then we had Magali in 50 plus. She looks insane. Great curve into the quad sweep. Nice detail in the legs themselves. Beautiful narrow waistline with great ab definition and nice size into the lats and shoulders. I love the color of her suit. It's very bright, complements her hair nicely. She's got coordinated makeup. But one thing I do notice is the lats are a little off in the symmetry department. I find that this lat here, you're noticing it more, and you're noticing it more in the back as well. So I don't know if that's a posing thing with the way she's holding her arms. They're not quite at the same degree of curvature, but that's the only thing I'm really noticing. I think she's got great size. Her calves are amazing, beautiful skin tone, great color of the tan, and I think she just did awesome. What an impressive 50 plus. Next, Kayoko in 55 plus. Those abs, my goodness, crazy good definition, and what a narrow waistline. It's awesome. You notice it in the back as well. Really tiny. It allows you to see her V-taper very nicely, though I do think in this front pose she could try to get a little bit more of the spread and width into the lats to really increase the width in the upper body and make you notice that V shape. She could even have a little bit more height into the delts as well, but amazing definition. I'm loving all the detail in the front of her legs. Her glutes are super lean, nice detail into the tie-ins. Maybe she could have a bit more line down the back of the hamstring, but overall, I'm super impressed. I think she looks fabulous. I'm so amazed by that midsection. What great ab definition. Amazing 55 plus. And then in 60 plus, we have Linda. Wow, great quad detail. The lines go all the way up. She's got beautiful obliques, nice definition coming through in her abs. She's got a good amount of size into the delts, nice V-taper. I think she looks awesome. The conditioning, I think, could have been a little bit more in the back, a bit more of that outlining of the glutes, a bit more detail around the hamstrings. Something's kind of going funny with the suit here. It's making a bit of a pucker, but overall, I think she looks really great. Nice dark tan. Her hair is beautifully off her shoulders, so you see that great height into the delts. Great definition in the legs, and just beautiful overall shape. Amazing 60 plus. That's it for this recap, you guys. There are more shows coming up this weekend, so make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.